Hi guys. So today I want to talk about how these people on YouTube and other platforms, they say that the avoidant didn't mean to hurt you, you know those kind of things, but I feel like the avoidants do not have empathy. That's the reason and the biggest sign that they are toxic, and that's the reason they came in your life and stayed for so long. you know I feel like when you're dealing with somebody who is empathetic or emotionally secure, in the case of empaths, if you're an empath, if you meet somebody who is empathetic, and there comes a point of disagreement between you two people, you might just end the relationship, or and move on. Either one of you, at least either one of you, if not one. Okay. And it's the same with the secure person as well. If you meet a person who's secure about themselves, they also act and function in the same way. uh, if there is any disagreement, they might say something that tell you something very secure about themselves, and just walk out of the relationship, or the place. Okay. But only these toxic relationships, uh, take a long duration. Long in the sense, could be 1 year, or even 6 months, or uh, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. But these toxic relationships are supposed to end, you know after spending some time with them. The relationship will eventually end up, you know like you will break up with them, or they will discard you. Toxic relationships are not meant forever. Okay. So I'm trying to say that if you meet somebody who is emotionally healthy, and if they if they have disagreement with you, they will either end the relationship, or may create a boundary, okay, between you and them. But when it comes to toxic people, if there is a disagreement, there will be toxic behavior or projection, you know gaslighting, you know these kind of manipulation tactics, okay, to make you feel guilty about the whole thing that happened. Okay. But it does not happen in healthy relationships. you know if there is a disagreement, there will be a boundary created. Okay. There will not be a blame game. Maybe they will say initially that you were supposed to do this, or you were supposed to do that, but eventually they understand the point of view of the other person. Okay. And they understand that point, and then they create a boundary, or you know come to a common point. Okay. Common ground. Okay. But in toxic relationship, there will be, if there is a disagreement, there will be gaslighting, you know word salad, crazy making, blame game. These kind of things reflect, shows only in toxic relationships. Okay. Not in healthy relationships. Okay. Healthy relationships might end up maybe creating a boundary, or you know understanding the other person's point of view, and walking forward with that point of view also in the mind, being considerate about that point as well. Okay, so I feel like people who have empathy, okay, uh, no, I'm talking about, I mean, the avoidance, they are actually toxic. Okay? They are toxic. Okay. Anybody who says to you that avoidance are not toxic, please do not believe them. Okay. They are they are highly toxic. Okay. Highly toxic. Okay. Because they are, you know the way they think is very confusing. Okay, and it confuses the other person as well. Okay, and God has made humans in a way that we think in a straight way. Okay, we do not think of multiple things or to gain multiple things out of just one thing or one person or one situation. But the avoidant is so toxic that they think of getting the maximum benefit out of a person. Okay, and they do not have empathy. If you have experienced avoidant relationship, you will understand this thing, because the avoidant might come back, appeasing you, uh, like they might want you to leave your anger, or forget about what happened. Okay, what fight happened between you guys, or why you are upset with them. Okay, because they do not want to talk about it. They do not want to confront, they do not want to get confronted by you, because they are manipulating you. That's the whole point. Because the thing is, if you see the avoidant, okay, if anything goes wrong with them, if they have slightest of hint that they are being cheated by somebody, in if they are going to a shop and the shopkeeper tries to cheat them or something, they will confront them. They will confront the people who have even slightest of pass comment on the avoidant. They will confront them. If they It's not the person who will make the slightest of comment, it's the avoidant who will always looking for hints of people sliding comments or them, or saying, not comments, but saying something that the avoidant can pick on and start a fight. And this is something not with you. I mean, in the sense that they will pick on what you say, what you say, and they pick on that, and they will they will use it, like if you are in anger, okay, and you say something like you are good for nothing, they will personalize it, and they will get back to you on that. Okay, they will hurt you. Okay, but when it comes to you getting hurt by them, they will dismiss it like anything. They will avoid that conversation. They will avoid you, your feelings like anything, because the truth is that they are manipulating you. They are actually very manipulative. The acts of service is just a bullshit, in the sense that they do this to get the same service from you. They are basically showing you, telling you that, see, this is how I am, and I want you to serve me the same way I am serving you right now. Okay, and eventually you do that. Okay, but that is not you. It was all, manipulation. He or she wanted you to serve them in the end and shut your mouth and not talk about your feelings, because for them it's all business. Okay, it's all what, you know like what you give and what you take. It's not even about give and take, like I give you something, you give me something. Okay, it's not that. It's about what, it's like a business. In business, how do you think a businessman thinks? He thinks in a way that where he tries to invest in somebody from where he can get the maximum benefit out of that, you know the company or whatever product. Okay, and that's how the avoidant thinks as well. And with that, there is manipulation. It's not even clear. Even the businessmen are clear and truthful, but the avoidant is a hypocrite, is a liar. Okay, and they are cheater, and they do not have empathy. Okay, because if you even think like a businessman, you will be somewhere have that uh, what do you say, morality. Okay, you will have a right and wrong thing, where you will not, integrity is something the avoidant lacks. They do not have integrity in them. Okay, they will cross anybody's boundary. They themselves cross their own boundaries. Okay, they do not think that they are humans. They are like crappy, absolute crappy. This guy, I was in no contact with him for 4 months, and when I came back, I saw in his phone that he was trying to be a fuck boy for, older women. He was looking for, uh, you know, a work like this. I mean, he was looking for, you know, getting into something like this to earn more money, basically. Earn more money as well to satisfy his, you know, pleasure. I saw in his phone that there was this message that you know sent by somebody, or he inquired about it. Okay, and he was trying to you know become a fuck boy for older women to get money and pleasure at the same time. So you cannot even imagine how pathetic it is. Third class, not even third class. I mean, I didn't know like people like this really exist. I mean, it's very hurtful. I never thought I would meet somebody like this, who's downright low, absolutely to the lowest. They are not even low, they are lowest. Okay. They are the absolute fake people on this earth. Absolutely. They always think of getting, benefits, maximum benefits out of people. How do you think they have empathy? They do not have empathy. and that's the reason the relationship goes on for some time, maybe 2 3 years. Why? Because the toxic person is holding on to your empathy, your kindness. Okay, if somebody is empathetic, and if they meet empath, and if they have disagreement, they might end the relationship you know quite fast. But not but the toxic people do not want to let go of a empathetic person or a kind person. That's the reason these narcissistic and avoidant relationship, you know long have a long duration. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to share this. Okay, thank you.